The Book of True Life, teaching 281 of 366. The Master teaches, My sowers, my prophets, my messengers. Divine Revelations, Mexico, from 1866 to 1950. The Lord says, My beloved disciples, though many religions exist, there is only one law and only one doctrine. My teaching is the doctrine of the Spirit, which teaches man to practice deeds of love. Although humanity calls itself Christian, what has it done with my doctrine? It has created rituals, ceremonies, and prayers, lacking feeling and sincerity, hiding hypocrisy beneath them. I say to you that love is the only truth. If you do not practice deeds of love, you will not be following the path of truth, even if you praise and glorify my name with words and songs. Truth is the divine love manifested throughout the universe. Those who do not know the truth do not know God. Man is greatly mistaken when he believes he can attain the divine truth through religious rituals and ceremonies. God is not and could never be what man has created on earth. God is eternal, and He is essence and omnipotence. You must be loving, just, and virtuous in order to feel the presence of God, to know Him, and to be like Him. When I speak to you in this manner, you cannot imagine the materialistic nations of earth comprehending and accepting this doctrine of love. However, I say to you that my teaching is the seed that the world needs. It is the water that man needs to quench his inner thirst. Man is hungry and thirsty because he lacks love and truth in his life. The spiritual and moral misery that he is experiencing are the product of his wars, his material ambitions, and his lack of brotherly love. At times, when men tire of fighting, suffering, and destroying one another, they attempt to seek the path of salvation that I have revealed in the past. And though they seek different ways to interpret my doctrine, along all of them, they inevitably regress into practicing materialistic and meaningless rituals. The cry for freedom could not arise within every soul, because the fog that surrounds it is dense indeed. Yet my light is powerful and will break through the darkness, penetrating to the most sensitive part of the human heart. What kind of light will this be? It is my new word, my teaching with its new revelations, teaching the people the true way to worship God. At the same time, it shows them the way to find the crystal clear water that quenches the thirst of their souls. I will teach everyone the true way to worship God and the proper way to live in accordance with the divine law, the fulfillment of which is the only thing the Lord will attribute to each of you. O humanity, you will finally know the truth and the essence of my word. Man will discover that my teaching is not only the divine voice that speaks to him, but also the expression of all spirits. My word is the voice that encourages. It is the cry for freedom. It is the anchor that grants salvation. My teaching is free from all ritualism. If it were not so, it would lose its essence. During this time, I bring you a pure and perfect teaching, which is why I tell you that, at the end of your day's work, you will only be credited with what you have done with true love in this life, for it will prove that you have recognized the truth. Man has never lacked my revelations of spiritual enlightenment. However, he has been afraid to analyze them. I say to you, what can you know of the truth and the eternal if you continue to disregard the spiritual? Behold how you attributed material interpretations to my revelations during the first and second eras, when they were truly spiritual and divine. You confuse things that are material with things that are spiritual. Lacking that respect, you change those things that are profound and elevated into things that are superficial and basic. Why have you chosen to do this? You have done so because you seek to interpret the doctrine of God according to your material life and what is more beneficial to you. Disciples, carefully analyze what I have told you. Thereby, when you say you are spiritualists, it is because you are able to prove it with your deeds. It is easy to say that one is a spiritualist, but it is difficult to truly be one. There are many who listen to my word and proclaim they know how to analyze my doctrine. However, they are not my best disciples, because they do not truly practice my doctrine, which tells you to love one another. Behold how easily one changes his life when he makes a small effort to practice my doctrine. Throughout his life, a man had told me that he loved me by way of verbal prayers created by others. Although he prayed, he did not truly comprehend those prayers, nor did he understand the meaning of the words. When he set aside his old habits of praying and started to pray deep within his spirit, elevating his thoughts to God, he began to feel the presence of God for the first time. He did not know what to say to the Lord and began to weep. He thought to himself, "Father, what can I tell you if I do not know how to speak to you?" However, amidst the confusion, tears, and inner joy, he was truly communicating with the Father. That form of communication was more beautiful than all other languages spoken on this earth, or that are written in the books of man. Those first words uttered by an individual when he begins to pray spiritually to the Lord are similar to the first words uttered by an infant, whose words greatly delight the parents as they hear the first expressions of their offspring as it begins its life on earth. Man has not been able to correctly interpret the revelations that I gave him in the past. Therefore, today I have come in spirit to clearly define and interpret those previous revelations. During this period, you will not only become familiar with the gifts and abilities of your spirit, but also those of the material body. Thus, you will not confuse one with the other. Your spirit, mind, and emotions will learn to be in true harmony with one another once my doctrine, as the light of a new day, arrives to awaken a sleeping humanity. Those of you witnessing my teaching today are asking me to help you achieve peace and unity within your hearts. You present yourselves to me as those who are fully aware of what they will witness today, as they listen to my teaching through the human spokesman. I welcome your spirits. Everything that you offer me in your prayers and practices that is pure and simple, I accept as a just tribute of the children towards their heavenly Father. Your most passionate request is for peace on earth, and for men to live today as the patriarchs of the past did. I say to you that peace will return to earth once you, my new disciples, have laid the foundations for a new world. I am now preparing you to carry out that mission. The dawn of that new era will appear once you are able to perceive each and every human being as your brother, when you disregard all the differences that exist between the people, and when you love me by loving each of your brethren. That is when man will experience a joyful life on earth, and I will be acknowledged as the Divine Father. My word during this time is the same that Jesus gave you. It is the same pure water that bathed your spirits when you followed me through the land of Palestine. You are familiar with the essence of my word and are able to recognize it, because it has remained engraved in your spirits. Today, as I descend to manifest myself through these men and women, you recognize that it is the Divine Father who speaks as you listen to them. You ask why I did not choose another form to give my message of this time to humanity. You tell me that there are no humans on earth who are pure and virtuous and capable of serving me. Moses, Peter, John, and the prophets of the first era are no longer on earth. However, truly I tell you that I have sent virtuous spirits to earth during all eras, and among those are the human spokesmen who have humbly served me during this period. Offer your comfort and love to these spokesmen, because they carry a great responsibility. I have nurtured their hearts and minds like a pure fountain, although at times pain has been the best means to purify them. Their lives have been very similar to those of my messengers in times past. I bless them. Blessed are those who have followed me along that path, and who have recognized the importance of the mission that I have assigned to them. I invite you to enter my kingdom. Although I am summoning all nations, I know that not everyone will listen. Humanity has extinguished its lamp and walks in darkness. In those places where there is darkness and confusion, one of my enlightened messengers will arise to illuminate his brethren. That messenger is a spiritual guardian who is alert and awaiting my signal to awaken his brethren. Allow the love of those messengers to become a seed in your hearts that will produce fruits. Do not reject them if they present themselves to you in material destitution. Listen to them, for they will grant you an unknown power in my name. They will teach you the perfect way to pray, and will free you from all materialism that had previously enslaved you. They will help you to attain spiritual freedom, allowing you to elevate yourselves towards me. Those who are listening to me are anxiously awaiting the fulfillment of my words. You yearn to see humanity converted into my disciples. You also ask that you be among those whom I will send to distant lands to fulfill a difficult mission. Truly, I tell you that you will need to prepare yourselves, because the battle that awaits you will be great indeed. The messengers whom I will send are not all found among those who have witnessed my manifestation through the human spokesmen. Many of my messengers will speak through intuition, for I have prepared their spirits. I have wisely placed those messengers in different parts of the world, so that my spiritual enlightenment will reach all places. Although I have come to manifest myself to this nation, how can you believe that I would disregard other countries on earth if all beings are my children? Can any being be distant or separate from me if my spirit is present throughout the universe and comprehends all things that have been created? All things live and nourish themselves through me. My universal ray of spiritual enlightenment has descended throughout the world, to all spirits on earth and throughout the universe, because I have come to save all of my children. I do not want you to waste this time, nor for you to journey throughout the earth without leaving your footsteps for others to follow. I want you to be true sowers of my seed, now and when you depart from this earth, until the seeds that you have sown within the hearts of your brethren begin to blossom. I have not come to force you to follow my mandates. Rather, I only inspire you with my love to follow them, because I will only accept those deeds that you do as a result of becoming spiritually prepared through my teaching. Be free within my laws, but always practice obedience. Fulfill both spiritual and material laws, for they both have their origin in me, and together they form a single law. Pray for all beings. Pray that they all comprehend God and live in harmony with Him. Elevate your prayers like a song, a passionate hymn that will illuminate all spirits and signal the path towards the end of their destiny. My beloved people, you have been brought to these houses of prayer through the strength of my word. You have not come to these houses to seek my presence, nor to tell me about your concerns, because you know that I am present everywhere, and that I can listen to you wherever you are. You have come because of my word. You are seeking the divine essence of my word, which will nourish your spirits. You are aware that I have designated the moment in which I will cease to manifest myself in this manner. That is why you are quick to come each and every time that I do manifest myself through the human spokesman. You wish to cherish in your spirits all of the revelations that I have given you. Your intuition is now making you aware of the spiritual mission that you came to fulfill on earth. You are now growing aware of your responsibility, because you now comprehend the importance of spreading my divine law through your deeds, words, and thoughts. Soon you will be left without my teachings manifested through the human spokesman, but you will not remain weak if you follow the example set by my disciples of the second era. After the Divine Master departed, they united to give one another strength, inspiration, courage, and faith. You must unite so that you will feel my presence in your reunions and learn from the divine teachings. Today you have rejoiced listening to my teaching, and tomorrow you will experience greater joy as you study my teachings. When you carefully study them and penetrate into their true essence, you will be astonished as you discover the divine inspiration contained within every single teaching. Today, I bless those who, tomorrow, will unite and prepare themselves to analyze the doctrine that I have brought. Through such study and analysis, those disciples will discover the true interpretation of my word. I say to you that, just like my word radiates divine enlightenment, so will your interpretation illuminate the path for your brethren. Those who interpret this doctrine correctly will illuminate their brethren, who who previously lacked spiritual enlightenment because of their routine practices and rituals. They will be able to save them from their confusion caused by a lack of meditation. This multitude who witnessed my manifestation will eventually spread throughout the world, offering testimony of what it witnessed. It will not only clearly explain my law and the doctrine that I revealed during this era, but also everything that I have revealed throughout all other eras. Do not fear being rejected or ridiculed by your brethren. I assure you that when this multitude of spiritualists arises among humanity, I will have already given many great spiritual manifestations to mankind. Those manifestations will make the ones who awaited me spiritually realize that I had come already. Do you believe that when they see you arrive and listen to your testimony, they will not recognize that you are my messengers? Truly, I tell you that even the theologians will become aware of the reasons for those spiritual manifestations. This multitude will spread throughout the world like a great army. My spirit will inspire it in its battle, so that all of my prophecies will be fulfilled. Why do you weep when you think of those days when you will no longer be able to listen to my word? Do not fear, my people, for I will not leave you behind and alone. Recall that, during the second era, Mary remained among my apostles even after I departed. Mary, who gently offers advice and comfort to the sorrowful, remained among the disciples for a time. The disciples were bitterly disappointed when Jesus was crucified at Calvary, and they could no longer receive his teachings. But once their sorrow and bitterness left their hearts, they were able to understand their mission. It was then that they began to spread the good news. The Lord took Mary from this earth as well, but her tenderness remained as a heritage to all of humanity. Those of you who are the new disciples of this divine teaching believe that you will be alone once this manifestation comes to an end. However, I say to you that your divine mother will help you in your ordeals. And when you are no longer able to feel my presence, even though I will be closer to you than ever before, her tenderness will help you feel stronger and comprehend the true meaning of the teachings that I have revealed to you with words and deeds. You will be soldiers of my law and will sow spirituality. But spiritualism will not be governed on earth, nor have a representative in a man. Your only leader will be Christ, who will guide you through your conscience. My new workers will be revealed to you through your intuition. Man is unable to assign a task, nor a mission to another spirit. I am the only one who can assign you a mission, endow you with spiritual gifts, and determine the destiny of each and every being. I tell you this so that you will not lapse into rituals or false practices, lacking truth. You will be my sowers, my prophets, my messengers. Only the Lord determines the divine destiny of each being. It is my will that complete harmony and brotherhood be practiced among this multitude, so that no one will arise as Lord, King, or tyrant. This multitude must only be guided by love, harmony, and spirituality. If you practice the things that I tell you, you will set an example for others to follow and pave the path for spirituality. The spiritual enlightenment one obtains from my teaching will reveal the uselessness of idols and will remove the arrogant from their thrones. Truly, it will destroy the temporary kingdom of materialism. This multitude that I am preparing today to teach humanity about spirituality will not be wealthy, nor will it possess any material goods. It will demonstrate to the world that the truth, love, and justice of God do not require material riches from this earth. Love, faith, and firm determination will be the forces that you will use to reveal this doctrine to humanity. Remember the examples set by Christ and his disciples. Meditate on these lives and on the teachings they gave to others, and you will see that they spoke the truth. My hand has never touched a coin. When, on a certain occasion, I was intentionally shown a coin and asked what responsibilities one had towards Caesar, I observed the coin without touching it and responded, "Give to God the things that belong to God, and to Caesar the things that belong to Caesar." This is one of my last teachings. I will continue to instruct for a little while longer, and then I will cease to manifest myself through the human spokesman. After I depart, I will grant you a period of tranquility. During that time, spirits will begin to develop the gift of intuition in different forms. During those days of spiritual meditation, you will comprehend all the things that you are unable to comprehend today. Indeed, I will surprise you with new revelations and prophecies. The inspiration received by one will be confirmed by another, and thereby will be no doubt among the disciples. Roque Rojas and Damiana Oviedo were my first human spokesmen for my spiritual communication during this period. Elijah manifested himself through Roque Rojas, and the Divine Master first manifested himself through Damiana Oviedo. In that manner, I wish to demonstrate that, among my apostles, both the male and female sit at my table, for the Spirit is the same in both of them. During this third era, as I have come seeking spirits, why would I differentiate between them? Roque Rojas and Damiana Oviedo are your forerunners during this period. They heard the divine voice in the middle of the desert, and never doubted nor questioned its truthfulness. One of them listened to the voice of the prophet, and the other felt the compassion of the Divine Master. I have given you many revelations since then. The first human spokesman came and departed, but they were followed by others. Although many were highly devoted, faithful to the truth, and self-sacrificing, not all of them had pure intentions. Some have been vain, desiring praise and material rewards. From the beginning, I have taught these multitudes how to recognize the true fruit. I say to those who are now listening to my word, that you will nourish your brethren with my truth. You will destroy those things that are false with the truth of my word. I must say to you that you never knew how to take care of the human spokesman, because you were lacking in comprehension and compassion towards them. Though you failed to care for them, you must take care of my word that flowed through their lips. My word is the new manna. When the spiritualists multiply upon the earth, there will be many who will confuse them with fortune tellers. They will be asked to tell the future. Scientists will ask them about the spiritual life and the life on other planets. I tell you these things so that when you find yourselves being questioned by these people, you will remember to pray, so that your responses will be inspired by the Father. Thus you will respond according to what the Father wants you to reveal, based on the needs and questions of your brethren. I ask you not to change any of the revelations that I have given you, nor attempt to scrutinize the things that I have not yet revealed. Always remain spiritually prepared. In doing so, you will be as a fountain that offers pure water to those who thirst for spiritual enlightenment. It will not be your hand that removes the veil concealing the mysteries. Was there, perhaps, someone on earth who was worthy of opening the book of the 7 seals? Only the Lamb of God was worthy, and only He had the power to open that book. There are many teachings that will be revealed to man while he is on earth. However, there are many others that will be revealed to him only once he dwells in the elevated mansions of the Spirit. You will find me everywhere, for my presence accompanies you along the way. I am as an oasis in the middle of the desert, or a beacon of light amidst a stormy night. My peace be with you.